The Megane RS Trophy 275 is the latest hot hatch offering from French manufacturer Renault. It's ripped around the hallowed Nurburgring, setting a record for front-wheel drive cars with a sub-8-minute time of 7 minutes 54 seconds, making it faster than a Ferrari F430. Now, the Nurburgring really is a special place. Driving around it should be on any enthusiast or petrolhead's bucket list. The Europeans like to make an adventure out of it. They like to load up their cars, drive across a couple of countries, go and punch out a couple of laps, load it up and then drive back. It's a whole adventure, it's a whole road trip for them. Now, we don't have that luxury. We'd have to trek all the way through Africa, and we just know that that's not going to happen. Not for a couple of laps around a racetrack. So we do the next best thing. We load up one of our cars and we drive across our country to one of our monumental racetracks. We're going to do that here. We've loaded up the 275 Trophy and we headed off to PE to go and drive around Aldo Scribante. Now we're about 4 hours into our journey. We left just before 5 o'clock and it's now just before 9 o'clock. And I really thought that this was going to be a tough, arduous drive. You see, the 275 Trophy has a cup chassis, and that means that it is a high-strung, very stiff, basically track-tuned chassis. So it almost crashes into things. It runs on wide 235 section tires, has a limited slip diff, and it's got these whimsical Recaro bucket seats. So I really thought it was going to be super uncomfortable and painful. But I tell you what, 4 hours in and I'm pleasantly surprised. It's actually comfortable. It's really, really surprising. I've only got one compressed disc. Not bad at all. Now, the 275 Trophy is one of the strongest hot hatches you're going to get. Its 2-litre 16-valve turbocharged power plant is a 4-cylinder and it makes 201 kilowatts. If you're working with the Imperial system, that is the 275 horsepower. Now it makes 360 Newton meters of torque. That does make it one of the strongest on the market. But it is also one of the priciest. It comes in at 449,000, call it 450,000 Rand. And bar the Astra OPC and the Golf R and your all-wheel drive derivatives, this is a pricey piece of kit. It's one of the most expensive, but you are getting a lot of car for your money. Right, so we've just stopped here to fill it up. Now we've run down until the light came on. We're getting about 9 litres per 100 out of the Trophy here, and we're probably going to run about 2.5 tanks down to PE. Then of course we're probably going to obliterate about a full tank down there. So you've got to factor in the petrol as well, backwards and forwards. But it's really behaving itself. A little thirsty, a little heavy, but it's fun nevertheless. But it's a head turner as well. And I think that's, well, mainly because it's yellow, but too because of the changes that Renault has made now for the Trophy version. I mean, you take a look at the silver bar through the center of the air dam. That's now styled to look like a Formula One's wing. It's got some fantastic LED headlights here, RS badging in it, and then of course nice big black 19-inch wheels along with the vinyl and the pronounced arches. It's a good looking car. So it's just after 2 o'clock and we've been driving for quite a while now. It's given us a chance to really get to know the car. And I'll tell you what, I'm really liking this Renault Megane Trophy. I'm quite fascinated by the RS mode that comes up here, the monitor in the center of the dash. Starts out with this beautiful animation, and then it's got a bevy of gauges, and these are designed like Bellross aviation gauges, and it shows you everything from your brake pressure to how much power and torque you're using, a couple of tips and hints. It's got a performance meter, a stopwatch. It does GPS tracking and logging as well. It's brilliant. You can really get lost. It really is PlayStation generation stuff that's happening there. Now, it's not really useful here on the road. What you're really wanting to use here is actually sits in the dash here. And I really do think Renault can do something a little more with the cluster. The French are usually pretty stylish, but that's looking a little dated. But in any case, we've got an onboard computer that it's giving us our range, and it's giving us our average fuel consumption and time traveled and all that kind of stuff. This is nice stuff that you want to know. But I want to play with that one. That one's going to be fun on the track. I'm a geek for numbers, so that's right up my alley. Other than that, this is the last stretch. We've got about 350 Ks to go. Not much to say. Can't wait until we see some ocean.
Invincible.
So, here we are, we made it. in Port Elizabeth. Now, we're going to give it a bit of a run, but not just yet. We're going to do it tomorrow. Okay, so stick around. You've just had a long drive. I need a good meal, a good night's rest. Trust me on this one. We'll do it tomorrow. Come join us for that.